We're going to look at interest in the next couple of lessons, and we're going to start off with simple interest. Now, simple interest is not widely used in the financial world, but it is a really good way of introducing interest to students. You've probably seen this before and probably even used it at lower levels. I is equal to PRT on 100. The most important thing to remember about that rule is what those letters stand for and what they're measured in. So I is obviously the interest. P is the principal. Now, principal can either be for an investment, so you might be earning interest, or it might be the amount you borrow, which could also stand for the principal. Obviously, in dollars. The interest rate is a percentage. That's fairly obvious, but it is a percentage per year. PA means per annum, and annum means per year. So it's the interest rate per year, and obviously time is T, but it is measured in years. So that's something to keep in mind when we're doing our questions. Looking at this example here, calculate the amount of simple interest that will be paid on an investment of $5,000 at 10% simple interest per annum for 3 years and 6 months. So what we should always start off with is the information that we have, or what we know here. So we know that it's an investment of $5,000. So P is equal to 5,000. We know that the rate is 10%, so the interest rate is 10%. R is equal to 10% per annum, which is what it should be. Time is 3 years and 6 months. Now remember, time is measured in years. So 6 months is half a year. So T is equal to 3.5. And we are looking for the amount of simple interest. So we're looking for I. I is what we are looking for. So I equals PRT on 100. I is equal to 5,000 times 10 times 3.5, all divided by 100. Put that into your calculator and you get 1,750. Now, here's a way I suggest that you might want to do all of these questions, is by using the solve function on your calculator. So if you let the interest be x, so solve x equals, and we would put 5,000 times 10 times 3.5 over 100, comma x into our calculator, and that would give you x is equal to 1,750. Now the reason why I suggest you do that is because if you are asked to find the principal or the rate or the time, then you can do it exactly the same way and just put x in for the thing that you are looking for. In front of you is how you use your calculator and the lists and spreadsheets on your calculator to work out the simple interest over a period of time. Now we're going to go through that in class, but one of the main things that I want you to get out of that is that when you put it into a graph, you will see that we end up with a straight line graph, because your simple interest is the same amount every year. It doesn't vary from year to year. So it's a constant amount, which means that you have a gradient, and therefore you end up with a straight line graph. Now, interest is something that accrues over a period of time. Accrues means adds up over a period of time. And so we might not want to just work out what the interest is after 5 years. We might want to work out how much you've now got in your bank account. So let's have a look at a question here where it asks you to find the total amount owed on a simple interest loan of $16,000 at 8% per annum after 2 years? Well, let's work out our interest first. Let's see what we've got here. So we've got P is equal to 16,000. We've got R is equal to 8% per annum. We've got T is equal to 2. And I'm going to find the interest to start off with. So I is equal to PRT over 100. In this case, I is what I'm looking for, is equal to 16,000 times R, which is 8, times T, which is 2 over 100. Now I'm going to use the solve function on my calculator. So I'm going to say solve x equals the above, alright, comma x, and I get 2,560. So my interest is $2,560. So after 2 years at a rate of 8% on $16,000, I earn, so my money earns $2,560. So how much now would I have in my bank account if I had a look? So the total amount, which we'd call A, is equal to the principal plus the interest. Now the principal was 16,000. That's how much I started off with in my account before I started earning interest. The interest was $2,560. And if I add that together, if I look at my total now, I've got $18,560 in my bank account after 2 years. Perhaps this is something that you don't know, but your bank will only pay interest on the minimum monthly balance. So what does that mean? Well, basically it means that if you had in the month of, say, July, which we've just had, you had $10,000 in your account, and then you took out $9,500 because you put a down payment on your new car, which means that you now, at the end of July or sometime during July, your account went down to $500. Well, you're only going to earn interest on that $500. It doesn't matter that you had $10,000 in there at one stage. So looking at this example here, it says the table shows the entries in Tom's bank account, and you can see that on the 30th of June, he had $400. He then, on the 3rd of July, took $50 out and had $350. He put $100 in, so he might have got paid. And on the 15th of July, it went up to $450. And then by the time the 1st of August came, there was still $450 there. Now, the question says, if the bank pays interest at a rate of 3% per annum on the minimum monthly balance, find the interest payable for the month of July. So really, we're looking at these entries here, these 3 entries, because that's July. And you can see that the minimum amount in July was $350. So that is going to be what you earn interest on. That is going to be your principal, $350. Now, what's it earning interest at what rate? The rate is 3% per annum. And we know that it's only over a period of a month, not a year. So what fraction of a year is 1 month? It is 1/12, because there are 12 months in 1 year. And so therefore I'm now looking for what the interest was in July, and they want it correct to the nearest cent. So again, I is equal to PRT on 100, in this case 350, times 3 times 1/12, all divided by 100, and we put that into our calculator and we get to 2 decimal places, because it's dollars and cents, 0.88, which is 88 cents, which is not a lot of money, is it?